When it comes to Christmas Island, the name alone attracts your attention, right? Moreover, this place holds many interesting things, from the migration of red crabs, to the beautiful natural beauty and the strange combination of historical culture, all of which create an island full of mystery and appeal to many visitors. And this is also the place that I and you will explore together in this video. But before finding out, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel to support 5 Minutes Discovery. Is an external territory of Australia that includes the island of the same name. It is located in the Indian Ocean, about 190 nautical miles south of Java and Sumatra in Indonesia and about 840 nmi northwest of the nearest point on the Australian mainland. Christmas Island has a relatively small area of only 52 square miles. But 65% of the area is a national park. Christmas Island has a population of 2,000 people by 2023, of which the Chinese community accounts for the largest proportion, in addition to the Malaysian and Australian European community. Today, an estimated two-thirds of the island's population is of straight Chinese descent, although only 22.2% of the population claimed Chinese ancestry in 2023. With significant numbers of Malays and European Australians and smaller numbers of Straits Indians and other Eurasians. Some of the languages in use include English, Malay and various dialects of Chinese. Islam and Buddhism are the major religions on the island. The religion question in the Australian census is optional and 28% of the population do not declare their religious beliefs. The first European to see Christmas Island was Richard Roe on the ship Thomas in 1615. Captain William Miners named the island on Christmas Day, December 25, 1643. The island was first settled in the late 19th century. Christmas Island's geographical isolation and history of little human influence have resulted in high levels of endemism in the island's flora and fauna, which is widely recognized by scientists and naturalists. Study care. The majority of 63% of the island lies within Christmas Island National Park, which contains several areas of virgin monsoon forest. Phosphate, originally deposited as guano, has been mined on the island since 1899. The island was first recorded by English and Dutch explorers in the early 17th century, and was named by Captain William Miners when he set foot on the island on Christmas Day, the 25th of December 1643 aboard the ship Royal Mary of the East India Company. The first map to appear of Christmas Island was published in 1666 by Peter Goose, in which Goose named the island Moni. The earliest recorded visit was in March 1688 by William Dampier on the English ship Signet. He discovered that there were no inhabitants of the island. 9. An account of the visit can be found in Dampier's Voyages, which describes how, when trying to reach Cocos from New Holland, his ship was pulled off the easterly course and after 28 days to Christmas Island. This discovery led to the United Kingdom annexing the island on June 6, 1888. In 1942, during World War II, Japanese troops occupied Christmas Island. In 1943, half the population was sent to prison camps in Indonesia. After the war, the islanders returned from Indonesia with their own families, making the island's people even more ethnically diverse. However, life on the island is not chaotic but very peaceful. Very few people lock their homes and some don't even take the keys out of their cars. By 1949, the sovereignty had changed when the Australian and New Zealand governments bought the production company, and the management of the island, which at that time belonged to Singapore, was still a British colony. By 1958, Christmas Island recently became part of Australia following the transfer of 2,800,000 British copies that Australia paid to Singapore as compensation for lost revenue. The island is approximately 12 miles long at its greatest length and 9.0 miles wide. Its total land area is 52 square miles with 86.3 miles of coastline. Steep cliffs along much of the coast rise abruptly into a central plateau. Elevations range from sea level to 1,184 feet at Murray Hill. The island is mainly tropical rainforest, 63% of which is national park land. The narrow fringed reef surrounding the island poses a navigational hazard. Christmas Island is located 0.600 miles from Perth, Western Australia. Northwest, 220 miles from Indonesia. South, 606 miles east-northeast of Cocos, Keeling, Islands and 1,708 miles west of Darwin, Northern Territory. Its closest point to mainland Australia is 960 miles from the town of Exmouth, Western Australia. Only small sections of the coast are easily accessible. The island's perimeter is dominated by sharp cliffs, making many of the island's beaches difficult to access. Some easily accessible beaches include Flying Fish Cove, Main Beach, Lily Beach, Ethel Beach, and Isabel Beach, while less accessible beaches include Greta Beach, Dolly Beach, Winifred Beach, Merial Beach and West White Beach. All require a four-wheel drive vehicle and a difficult hike through dense rainforest. Marine Park. The reefs near the archipelago have healthy coral and are home to many rare marine species. The area, along with the coral reefs of the Cocos, Keeling Islands, is described as Australia's Galapagos Islands. In the 2021 budget, the Australian government committed a $39.1 million to build two new marine parks off Christmas Island and the Cocos, Keeling Islands. The parks will cover up to 290,000 square miles of Australian waters. After months of consultation with local people, both parks were approved in March 2022, with a total area of 287,000 square miles. The park will help protect bluefin tuna spawning from illegal international fishermen, but local people will be allowed to fish sustainably along the shore for food. Volcanic Island is the flat top of an underwater mountain over 14,800 feet high that rises from a depth of about 13,780 feet below the sea surface and only about 984 feet above it. The mountain was originally a volcano and some rock's basalt is exposed in places like the Dales and Dolly Beach, but much of the surface rock is limestone accumulated from coral growth. The karst terrain supports many ankyloline caves. The summit of this mountain is formed by a succession of tertiary limestones ranging in age from the Eocene or Oligocene to recent reef deposits, with interlayers of volcanic rocks in the layers. Older. About climate. Christmas Island is located near the southern edge of the equatorial zone. It has a tropical monsoon climate, Köppen, and temperatures change very little throughout the year. Highest temperatures are typically around 84 degrees Fahrenheit in March and April, while lowest temperatures are 73 degrees Fahrenheit and occur in August. There is a dry season from July to October, with occasional showers. The rainy season lasts from November to June and includes the monsoon, with downpours at random times of the day. Tropical storms also appear during the rainy season, bringing very strong winds, heavy rain, waves and storm surges. About 64% of the island remains protected national parkland and is an important home to many species, from giant coconut crabs to emerald Christmas emperor pigeons and golden bosun. Calendar. There's a lot of amazing wildlife to be seen, said Lauren Taylor. She is a part-time school administrator who moved from Dunsborough, Western Australia, with her husband to work at the island's only school, Christmas Island District High School. We sat on the boat and saw a turtle. My husband and I jumped into the water to swim with it, but while swimming, a whale shark rushed towards us. It's really scary, but when you calm down, it feels great. Above all, the famous red crab migration that begins when the rainy season begins around November is the island's biggest tourist attraction. During this time, an estimated 40 million to 50 million small red crabs pass through the island, crawling on roads and cars and blanketing beaches in red. It's a beautiful sight from afar, but not at the right time. Everything is easy to live. The scene looked like there were millions of tiny spiders everywhere. I have a great passion for the magic of creation, but when I lived on the island, I remember having to sleep with a blanket over my head to make sure nothing gets in my ears. Lai said. Residents use rakes to gently sweep them out of the way and have even built crab paths, guiding the small crustaceans up and across the road into the forest. One crab migration, baby crabs passed through our house, Taylor said. There are millions of them. They will fall out of the exhaust fan on the roof above the toilet. We had to carry a bucket on our heads so they could fall into it. So the journey to discover Christmas Island, an island known as the lava gold of the Indian Ocean, has ended. How do you feel about this land? Please comment to let me know and let everyone know. Hello. And see you in the next videos.